Pfizer says it will soon seek approval to offer its COVID-19 vaccine to children 12 to 15 years old. After a clinical trial showed it was 100% effective in preventing the virus in that age range. Joe Henke is looking into what this means for your child and when they could get a vaccine.
Currently, the FDA has authorized Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for people 16 and older, but the pharmaceutical company hopes to soon offer its vaccine to children 12 to 15 years old. Pfizer's CEO today wrote they will submit a proposed amendment to our emergency use authorization in the coming weeks and to other regulators around the world with the hope of starting to vaccinate this age group before the start of next school year.
Really a very positive step in understanding the effectiveness and safety of COVID-19 vaccines in children.
Dr. Andy Shane is the medical director for pediatric infectious disease at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. She says clinical trial results showing the vaccine is 100% effective for 12 to 15-year-olds is not too surprising with what is known of immune systems.
We think that older adolescents, their immune systems are more like younger adults, and we see differences as we get to the younger children.
So there will be interest in how Pfizer's and other COVID vaccines perform in children 11 and younger. Pfizer began trials last week for 5 to 11-year-olds and plans to start trials for 2 to 5-year-olds next week and 6-month to 2-year-olds soon. Shane says sometimes young children, while their immune systems are still developing, actually can fare better than adults in trials.
For example, with the influenza vaccine, we actually see a better response overall in all pediatric or child ages than we do sometimes in adults.
Pfizer's trial for adults included 43,000 participants. The trials for 12 to 15-year-olds had around 2,200 participants. Shane says the difference in trial sizes, though, is not a major point of concern, given the much narrower age range.
The adult studies are 18 to beyond, up to 85, so many decades.
And Dr. Shane also tells me the belief right now in the medical community is if trials are successful, by early to mid next year is when we could see vaccine doses offered to children 12 and younger. Coming up at 6, I'll let you know what role children could play in us reaching herd immunity.
Pfizer is working on a ready-to-use COVID-19 vaccine. The company says the new version will no longer require a diluent before it is administered. Now the new formulation is expected in the second half of this year. Pfizer first has to get authorization from the FDA.